ready with a post-match breakdown of that game alongside Reckless.
Thank you very much, D-Man. First off, congratulations to Reckless. Let's take a look at picks and bans and see you going back to Tristana, a champion you loved so much back in the Challenger scene. So why did you decide to go for her here?
Lately, Tristana has got some more popularity across the League of Legends scene, like even in Korea and stuff. So, and I really feel personally that she's one of these champions that rise with the new patch where these attack speed items got buffed. So lately, I've been practicing her a lot, and I really like her against these split-up teams because they have this composition where they had like Gragas Braum and they could just split us up all the time. And having someone with no escape is really risky. So we kind of saw it coming and went for the Tristana early on.
Obviously, you had the escape. You did die twice in this game. That means you now have 26 deaths in this split, which is actually almost a record. Meteos over NA has the tightest record for deaths. He only has 29 in one split, so he can only die 3 times. What I actually wanted to get to is that in the beginning of the split, you've also mentioned, I need to be more active. I need to jump in there more. It seems like you found the balance now between not dying and playing aggressive. So how have you found that?
Basically, in scrims, I've been really trying to crush the limits, if you can put it that way. I've been trying to live near the edge. And sometimes it fails, sometimes I just die horribly and it can like lose us a dragon or something, but after all, it's a practice game, so we just try to learn from it, and I try to get as close as possible to the edge, pretty much, because then at that point, you can be a really good player because you can push your limits.
I want to ask you something a bit more personally about this. 2 weeks ago, we named you the MVP of the week. You are one of the newest players to the European LCS scene, despite, of course, being around for a couple of years. Not only are you very close to breaking the lowest deaths in a split record, are you aware you're very close to breaking ManCloud's highest kills in a split? The record is 167. You currently have 148. So if you get 20 kills over the next 3 games, you beat the record. How do you deal with that pressure and the focus of everyone's eyes being on the star, the amazing Reckless, the MVP, and being close to breaking some of the most incredible stats ever?
Well, all I want to do is win the game, so getting stats and stuff is just a bonus, I guess. And I don't really think about this stuff. I just, when I win the game, for example, this game, I was really fed, but I didn't think about like, oh wow, I have so many kills, I can keep getting more. I was just thinking, we have to do this and this to win the game, pretty much. So I don't really care about these records, it's just a bonus on the side.
Well, I think that's the way it should be played. And you mentioned the game, and actually you guys were quite ahead, but you came on the stage here and you say, well, you know, that wasn't a flawless victory because in the mid-game, you guys did go in sometimes and I thought maybe it was too aggressive. How did you experience that?
I felt like their composition was really good against ours because they had like this split-up team and we had a lot of divers. So it was really hard to get a proper engagement because they just like, at the point when Fizz and Rengar went in, they just throw a Gragas ultimate or a Braum ultimate on our backline. So we get really split up, and it's really hard for our divers to survive the amount of time it takes for us to come back. So it was really hard to get a proper fight, actually, in this game, and it probably showed. It was really messy from my point of view, at least.
Well, we've got a couple of replays. Let's pull one of them up onto your screen right now. The replay that we're looking at the moment is actually much earlier in the game, 23 minutes. You were talking about how it was difficult to get the engages. Now, this is one where you catch Copenhagen Wolves in the pit. So let's roll this clip out and explain to me, what's the communication like in the Fnatic camp? We know Yellowstar's about to flash in and get everyone with those soul shackles.
Yeah, so basically they're all stuck in the pit right here. And Soas called that he would ulti Yellow if he flashed in. So he just tried to get a 5-man ulti. I didn't play my best fight here because I was focusing the Braum too much. But they were still stuck in the pit here and they have no way to escape, and we just tried to play the kite game pretty much, where we wait them out, let him do the mistake where you see Woolite here making a mistake, trying to walk out. So we were just being as patient as we could, pretty much. We lost the dragon, but we got 3 kills for 1, so it wasn't too bad in the end.
So at the end of the day, you're just playing the terrain and making use of that pit to the best. What would you have done better? Because you said you didn't really like the way you started that dragon fight.
One of the ideas we had was to instead ulti Rengar instead of Yellow, but it was like I don't know, I think the fight was really good in our favor. We just lost the Drake, which was a bit unfortunate. And personally, I didn't have the targets to hit because it was really hard when they were hugging the wall in the back. But I think 3 for 1 there, plus them all wasting a lot of summoners and stuff, it was not too bad.
Yeah, absolutely. And you said it was hard to find fights, but if you found them, it went all right. And let's actually take a look at another replay later in the game when you guys were around Baron the whole time, and it seemed like you could have lost that fight if you didn't do the exact right thing.
Yeah, so at this point in time, Cyanide's already down. You're about to have a bit of a risky fight, and that pulls back. So let's roll this one out. And similar story, Copenhagen was on Baron, Yellow's engaging, and I think Soas is going to TP in as well.
Yeah, so Soas was a bit low here, and he doesn't have the kit to regen as I do. So I went for red buff and regen because he made the call right before that he would base and then TP back. And we just tried to put in their minds that they can actually finish this Baron, right? So we didn't like show any moves or anything. I was just doing the red buff. We saw them doing it in a ward, and we tried to say like, we just wait for the 5k mark, then we TP in because they're already low from the Baron, and then we just go on them. And we had a pretty good collapsement from like three angles, so it was really good from our side.
You aced them, so I'd say it was pretty good. Congratulations,
Yeah.
great game.
Thank you very much.
All right, we have to step away to water Zyra and make sure she's getting enough sun. But when we return, it's a crucial seeding matchup as Millennium takes on SK Gaming. Stay tuned.